Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher, and for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into the world of Bugoy Drilon. It's been quite some time. I honestly don't know when the last time was that I reacted to him or any of the other guys from Beddingfield. But if you guys were with me in the earlier parts of my channel when I was exploring all the Philippines and you guys were like, hey, this artist, I absolutely love Beddingfield. I love their voices. All three of them individually are such incredible singers, and then when they come together they just make such beautiful music. And if you were with me during my initial Beddingfield journey, y'all know that Bugoy was, if I had to pick a bias, he was my bias. Like, there's something about the grit and the lower end of his voice that just draws me to him. So his voice is my favorite voice, and his face just has such intense bone structure, and y'all know I love me some good bone structure. He's such a handsome man, such a beautiful voice. So someone put down in my comment section saying, hey, it's been a while since you've reacted to Bugoy, and you know, he's one of my idols. So he just recently released a cover of If You're Not the One by Beddingfield, if you'd like to react to it. And so I'm like, you know what, it has been quite some time, so we are going to dive into this and just revisit some of the magic that we've been missing on this channel for quite some time. So we're going to dive in and just see what he does with the song.
You're not the one, then why does my soul feel glad today? If you're not the one, then why does my hand fit yours this way? If you are not mine, then why does your heart return my call? If you are not mine, would I have the strength to stand at all?
I like this R&B sort of beat to it.
I'll never know what the future brings, but I know you're here with me now. We'll make it through, and I hope you are the one I share my life with. I don't wanna run away, but I can't take it. I don't understand. If I'm not made for you, then why does my heart tell me
Sing,
that
baby.
I am? Is there any way that I can stay in your arms? If I don't need you, then why
I love this production. Ooh, hold on. That was a nice melodic change. Hold
If I
on.
don't need you, then what does
Take it back just a second.
my bed? I am crying on my bed.
I like that, because normally Daniel's like, if I don't need you, then I'm not, then why am I crying on my bed? So, you know, climbing up the scale, but here we took it, if I don't need you, then why am I, what did he do?
I am crying
on, I am crying on my bed. Oh, nice change.
my bed.
My
If
bed.
I don't need you, then what does your name resound in my head? If you're not for me, then what does this distance make my life?
You're so
If you're not
handsome.
for me, then
Sing,
what
baby.
do I dream of you as my wife?
I'll be your wife if you want, baby.
You're so far away, but I know that this much is true. We'll make it through, and I hope you are the one I share my life with.
Can we just appreciate this close up on his face? His cheekbones.
And I'm praying you're the one I build my home with.
Sing, baby.
So strong that it takes my breath away, and I breathe you into my heart.
Like those little backgrounds.
For the strength to stand today, 'cause I love you, whether it's wrong or right. You know I can't be with you tonight. You know my heart is by your side. I don't wanna run away, but I can't take it. I don't understand.
Sing, baby.
I'm not made for you, then why does my heart tell me that I am? Is there any way that I can
Woo! Hold on.
tell me that I am? Is there any way that I can stand in your
Good Lord. Oh, is there something new from Bugoy I need to catch up on? Last chance. I love that man. I love that man. I love that man so much. Oh God, that man's voice is just magical. Magical. And I was not necessarily worried when I saw the song that he was singing, but I wasn't sure what we were going to do with it exactly, because when it comes to like the three of them in Bugoy, like I mentioned, his voice tends to sit on the lower end of the range. Like they have a lot of overlapping qualities, but like the tone of his voice, the weight of his voice and whatnot tends to sit on the lower end, so it really feels like more of a belter and a runner, and not like one of those super high falsetto type ones where like Daryl and Kel have those like light, more mellifluous voices, and they can just do all that super high stuff and whatnot. So that's the kind of how I associate them, and that's one thing that kind of draws me towards Bugoy's voice, because it reminds me of mine in a sense. Not that I sound like him, but that similar sort of voice quality where it's just a little bit more, little heavier, a little thicker vocal quality. And so I don't necessarily associate him with like the big, well, not really big, but like the super high falsetto kind of stuff. I definitely don't have it. Some days I do, some days I don't. It's whatever. So I was a little, not nervous, but just interested to see what he was going to do with it, because I know that this song, Daniel Beddingfield, it's just nothing but that super, almost piercing high falsetto. But there's a lot of that happening throughout there, and I'm like, okay, Bugoy is not necessarily that kind of singer to do all that super like piercing high falsetto stuff. So I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen? And so the key's a little bit lower, which works, and he did still do the falsetto stuff, but like you'll notice, especially in like the first couple choruses, his falsetto at that top part of "Is there any way that I can stay in your arms?" The arms part, you could hear it very, very breathy, very airy, and almost there was a little bit of like scratchiness at the top of there too. And like I get that way too whenever I'm trying to do a falsetto, but I'm like at the top of my falsetto range. But it works for him. I like that texture to his voice, because again, it's what I would expect his kind of voice to do with that sort of falsetto. But then there at the end, he took it up even higher, and it was like nice, clean, crystal clear. I'm like, oh, okay, Bugoy, I see you, baby. But yeah, I love the melodic changes he did to the song. I love the musical arrangement of it. It still paid great respect to the original. Didn't feel like a completely different song, but it gave it this sort of modern R&B twist to it, which I really, really enjoyed. It just fits his style. He is all of Bugoy out there, those great pop R&B kind of vocals that they have. God, they're so good. yes, I love the musical arrangement. I love his choices of his vocal choices, how he melodically changed it during the verses and some of the choruses, some of the rhythmic patterns he was choosing. And yeah, the video is very simple, and we're just focusing on Bugoy and his voice. And it's beautiful, beautiful cover. And that last little bit there, I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but that last, any way that I can stay in your arms, the pattern that he chose to get up there, I'm like, okay, I want to steal that. I don't know if I can, because if I try to sing this, I mean, the song's already hard enough for me to sing in the original key, so I probably took it down like a full step. It'd sit a little bit better, but I don't know. I'd have to figure out what that pattern is that he did, and I don't know that it would necessarily fit for my voice, but I've said it a dozen times on this channel. Well, I've said it more than a dozen times, but one way that I know that a singer is doing their job and they're out here slaying is when they make me want to sing the song. So like him making me want to be like, okay, I want to steal that part. That's telling me that he just did something that was fire, because I'm like, okay, I want that. I want to do that. I want to be able to do that. I want to go to karaoke and like slay people's minds when I do that. Again, I got to figure stuff out, and I don't know that it'll actually work for my voice, but that's just a testament to Bugoy out here slaying the game. So I'm happy to have him back on the channel. Hopefully it won't be nearly as long. Like I saw there in the little preview window, there was a video that was recommended from Beddingfield. I don't know if that's a recent video or not, but I'll look into it. But I hope to see more of them on the channel, because I feel like it's been such a long time. And I've been trying to get back into more of my Filipino artists, because I feel like I went through a big K-pop phase over like the last year and a half. So I'm trying to bring my Filipino artists back to the channel. So obviously I've been diving back into more. Said I need to get back into Katrina Velarde. I've had lots of recommendations for her. I'd love to get back into Budokan. I keep sprinkling Darren Espanto back in here, but I need more of him in here. And yeah, obviously Regina's a staple. Sarah Geronimo. Like I want to bring my Filipino artists back to the channel, because they were a huge part of my channel's growth in the early days, and I just love them. They're amazing. As I say, anytime I react to one of them, I always say they're amazing. They're incredible. So yeah, please let me know if there's any other just new or old stuff that I haven't reacted to from Bugoy or the boys of Budokan. Their playlist, the link to my reaction playlist should be down in the description. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Mwah. And before you guys go, I want to give a huge